Hi, I'm Sonia Choquette. I am an intuitive guide, and I've been doing this for a long time, over 40 years. And I'm really happy that you're here with me today because this is going to be a life-changing adventure for you. The first thing I want to acknowledge is that the fact that you're even here at this point, engaged in and on the threshold of this big quest, tells you, and it certainly tells me, that you are dialed into your intuition. It's what brought you here. It might be very vague, and there might be a lot of questions about, I'm not so sure, what's this all about, which we'll answer. But before we do that, there's a wonderful Chinese saying, the way it begins is the way it ends. I will mention this frequently. And the way it began is you're here. Your intuition brought you here. So let's address all the reservations that you might have before we even get going. The first is, what is intuition? Fair question. And on the most practical level, on the minimum level, it's the part of you that fills in the blanks and gives you insight and direction where your five senses can't. Where you're caught in a situation where there is no logic to guide you, and there is no five sensory kind of input. For example, like if you were in the middle of the country at night and your car runs out of gas and you're at the fork of three roads, which one do I take? Well, that's where intuition comes in. This one might take you to the closest gas station. This one might take you to an even deeper black hole in space. This one might take you to trouble. So do you see, there are times in life that it's not predictable and where our five senses fail to inform us fully. And your intuition comes in and says, never fear, I'm here. On the higher level, your intuition is the gateway to your most authentic self, to your super self, to your spirit, to your greatest potential. It's the gateway to the life and the expression and the beingness of who you really are. It is the ultimate self-empowerment because it guides you in a way that transcends everyone else's control and influence. So it's your superpower. Now, what will you learn? So much. You're going to learn how to quiet the chatter of your brain. You're going to learn how to make quick decisions, the kind that leaders make. Not spending your life trying to manage and do damage control on your life, just letting your fears and your anxieties dictate every choice you make. You're going to learn how to actually attract the kind of support and connection in people, community, and opportunities that really lift you up, that put you in the flow like the super psychic highway of potential opportunity and successful outcome. It'll help you feel better because it reduces stress. Your health will improve, your energy will amplify, and your joy will pop back in. So these are the minimum promises, and I assure you, you won't be disappointed. You'll learn so much more than that, but these are some you can really count on. So who's this for? You. It's for all of us. It's restoring a fundamental element of who we are, a hardwired part of us, and putting it back into operation. Science has already established, and this is current, so this is something you can go check out, that we actually have three brains, not one. We have our rational brain, which is an impressive and important organ, but we also have our heart brain and our gut brain. Science will basically say your gut's your second brain, and I believe that's true, but I believe and want to give you a little evidence that the first brain is your heart brain. It's the first organ in your body to develop. It's the one that broadcasts to the rest of the embryo how to organize and become this full, amazing outcome of you. Second brain is your gut brain, which takes care of you. It protects you. It alerts you to danger. It alerts you to what's incongruent and not in your best interest. And then your head brain comes in and organizes it so that you can make decisions that are well-informed, grounded, and serve you. So the other thing that will happen as you work with this is it's not just for the outer you that wants your life to be safe and secure. It's for the inner super you that wants to have an opening that you can step back into life and really become present and express who you really are. Create what you're fully capable of creating and contribute. Well, you came here to contribute. That's who it's for. It's for the best you to dive into life and take over. Now, in the course, not only do I have the daily tools that are going to be introduced in bite sizes, and heads up, they're really fun, and you'll have instant response, but you'll also get 2 bonus meditations. Now, meditation in and of itself is a bonus because it's a vacation from your constant mental banter that exhausts you, gives you nightmares, gives you anxiety attacks, panic attacks, and keeps you from being joyful. So that's bonus number 1. The morning meditation is going to reorient you so that your attention is not on the noise. And your attention shifts to that part of you, that super self that's in your heart, that authentic guiding light of you. And you're going to connect to that and reorient yourself to letting that be the conversation you listen to, the input, the guidance that you listen to. The evening meditation is an extra added bonus because it reactivates your imagination. It reactivates your possibility. The morning meditation is short and sweet and clear, sets the intention and possibility for the day. And the evening meditation is like an invitation on a magic carpet to Adventureland. And that's more what I call a channel transmission. It's a big adventure where you begin to night dream and daydream and imagine and begin to lift out of this very contained, constrained, immediate world, and it puts you back in touch with the world of all possibility. So you can listen to it at night and you can fall asleep to it even, and you'll fall asleep to sweet dreams. Both meditations that I offer are more than traditional meditations. They're not just a set of instructions that try to play whack-a-mole with your talking brain, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, which is a lot of what meditation is, and it doesn't work. I know it doesn't work for me. It's annoying. It's actually a transmission. When I give meditations, I'm speaking and I'm channeling from the source of intuition. So you feel it, you sense it, and you entrain to the part of you that I'm reconnecting in you. So you will experience a shift that will naturally quiet your brain and will sort of mesmerize you back into this beautiful part of you that's long forgotten. So in the first week, I'm going to teach you how to begin to befriend and recognize your intuition. It's like a relationship. You come into a relationship, you're optimistic, you have all your projections. This could be great, but how do I really know who you are? How do I trust? So I'm going to help you become familiar and understand your unique intuition, because it's not one size fits all. For some of it's a gut feeling. For some of it's in our heart. For some of it's, we get it in our dreams. And it floats and changes. But I will teach you how to recognize your inner voice, your inner guidance, your inner teacher, and really help your head get out of the way. That part of you that's protective and understandably so, but suspicious and cautious and scared. So we'll address all of that the first week and just teach you what intuition feels like so that you don't have to guess at it. You experience and recognize its specific and unique signatures. And there are signatures that you can visually see and feel and sense. So in week 2, well, now that we kind of have connected with our intuition, and it's a part of you that you've been waiting for, even though you may not have known it consciously, then we start to have some fun. I'm going to teach you how to put intuition to work without threatening you, because, we can't trust something unless we have enough experience of it. So this is not blindly asking you to leap into the void. It's actually a journey where I'm going to have you leap back into your authentic self. So I'm not exaggerating to suggest that you're going to feel a bit more, you're going to feel quite a bit more whole. It's like a healing. And the definition of healing that I like to use is to become whole again. That there's a sense of integrity. There's an experience of confidence that starts kicking in, and joy, sense of humor, and trust. So that's what we're going to work on for the second week. Now, the third week is the game changer. That's when it gets really exciting, because you will have experiences in the first 2 weeks that are going to give you enough evidence that your intuition is not something that is hit and miss or unreliable. It actually, you'll have enough experience to see, sense, feel that I can count on this. And it's working for me. It's improving my life immediately. It's protecting me. It's saving me from wrong decisions. It's just giving me a bit of life force that I just didn't have. Bit of, like, what I call, gives you your mojo back, that sense of your spirit and essence. So in the third week, we're going to start letting it drive the bus of your life. We're going to start allowing it, first in non-threatening ways, and then more, and then more, and then more. And here's why. That won't be too difficult, because it's natural. It will feel natural. You'll naturally have positive experiences right out the gate. And moreover, you're hardwired to be intuitive. Our sixth sense is not something that you either believe in or you don't believe in. If you're going to be fully current and work with the science of today, it absolutely emphasizes that we have 3 brains. We have our head brain, our heart brain, and our gut brain. And this course is to reintegrate your heart and gut brain so that you're a whole brain. And it's not a linear shift. It's an exponential shift. It's like ripples in the lake. Pretty soon you begin to see and understand and make decisions from this really well-informed place. So I just want to make clear, intuition is not about predicting the future, okay? It's about empowering you to make the most informed, creative, authentic, and well-grounded decisions in the moment to create the future that you really want. That's what it's about. And when you do that, and when you give yourself permission to do that, you lead your life. And not only that, you actually recognize you become a leader in life. So it not only helps you, you become someone who instantly starts to help others, because intuition and leading your life has a really good energy about it. And we are all sentient, energetically responsive beings. So when you're leading your life and you're aligned and congruent and in joy, you have what I call good vibes. Good vibes are something people gravitate for, people gravitate toward, and start to resonate with. They start to entrain with that energy. So your good vibes spreads good vibes. And it's sort of the gift that keeps on giving. So not only are you benefited, everybody's benefited. And that's how it really works. That's sort of the natural plan. That is the plan that will really give you not only confidence and joy and a sense of power, but it also gives you a sense of contribution that you cannot get without your intuition leading your life. And by the end of 3 weeks, I promise you, you will be. However, we have to get ready. We can't just sit back on a hammock and swing and close our eyes and expect the intuition of our inner spirit to guide us. We have to meet it with our preparation and our intention. So I'm going to give you a few suggestions so this class works for you. The first thing you want to do is get a journal. You want to record what your intuition says for a couple of reasons. First, when you write things down, you actually put value on them. And this is the biggest problem we've had so far. I truly don't believe that you've not had intuitive feelings before. Everybody has, because it's natural. However, we haven't necessarily been given the encouragement to recognize that as this is gold. This is important. I need to listen to this. So when you write it down, you're validating it. Secondly, when you write things down, you're training your body to recognize when your intuition is speaking to you. And the third thing is it opens up what I call the portal to your expanded super self. Now, I have a word for it that's my code word, and that is it opens a portal to your spirit. Maybe that's not your language. It's fine. Whatever your language is, there's a super self that comes into your body and gives it the power to beat your heart and wake your consciousness up. That self can come directly to you and through you and guide you by writing things down. I recommend a journal that is particular to my intuitive quest because it's going to be the most interesting book you ever read. So you want to set it aside and make it something that this is where I catch the gold. The second thing that's super important and really essential for success is to engage and join the tribe, the community, to introduce yourself and allow yourself to get the kind of support you need. One of the biggest objections that I hear and have heard from the beginning of my intuitive life as a teacher is that I don't want to be treated as a weirdo. I feel like I have to hide, I have to be in the closet about this. I don't want to be rejected. I get that. One of our primal fears is being shunned. And people have a fear that if I let people know I'm intuitive or I'm doing this, I risk being shunned. Now, the truth is probably not, but you might get a few raised eyebrows. We're going to just bypass that altogether, and we're going to go right into the community where you're going to meet kindred spirits. We need those kindred spirits to help build our confidence and to mirror us and encourage this part of our life so that we begin to develop the confidence and the trust to go with it. Now, I always like to refer to metaphors and fairy tales about intuition, and my fairy tale about the beginning of the intuitive life is the ugly duckling. When you're a five sensory, you're an ugly duck. You just only see things a certain limited way. And if you pop in as what I call a sixth sensory, someone whose intuition begins to wake up, you begin to recognize maybe I'm not the same as the others. And they're going to recognize that in you as well. So there is a little bit of what I call othering that could go on. You're other than a five sensory. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong, but when you're in the process, that othering can leave you feeling self-conscious unless you have others. And you immediately have your community, your connection, your people who say, I get you. And that expression definitely means I receive and I intuitively understand what's up with you and who you are and how wonderful you are. So we need the tribe, and you want to engage in the tribe. And frankly, it's going to be super fun because they'll validate you. And that's what we're seeking in life all the time. It's just that the 5 sense validation is called approval, and that doesn't feel good. When you get approval from that 6th sense, you're getting approval and mirroring, and you're getting encouragement and celebration of your authentic self. That's always validating. That always feels good. So we're going to do that. We're going to set that up for you, and I want you to engage in that. The next thing is that I want you to set up some time for this because, I have a saying in one of my books that I wrote called Your Heart's Desire, Creating the Life You Really Want. And this saying is this: build your life around your heart. Don't try to shove your heart into your busy life. You'll choke it off. So you have to prioritize that this is important. Now, the good news is it's important and fun. And how much fun are you actually having in life these days? For real. Like silly fun, like happy fun, like being spontaneous fun and adventure fun. Give yourself this 20 minutes daily for the adventure fun. Which leads me to the next point, which is to actually have fun. However, there's only one way to really have fun. When you were a kid, you did this naturally, and I'm just going to invite you to do it again, and that is play full out, 2 feet in, and not 1 foot in and 1 dragging your butt and 1 being suspicious and 1 being preoccupied, because you'll be fragmented. You're going to be all over the place. Now, this is another good reason for full out and 2 feet in. I mentioned that we have 3 brains: head, heart, and gut. Now, this is science. But when they're aligned, you take off. You are congruent. You are in the flow. You are connected to the quantum field. You are operating with connection to your true self, connection to other people's true self instead of their fearful self, and you're connecting to the quantum field. But if your head's here and your heart's here and your gut's here, you're spinning in circles. You just get a bellyache and a headache. And you certainly don't feel good. So it feels good to do something full out. So give yourself permission for 3 weeks. I'm going to play full out with this. And I don't have to win approval. When you're playing as a kid, you didn't sit around and say, did that work? Did that work? Is that right? You were just in it. That's what this is about. Be in it. Because you're being into who you are. And it just is so fun. So I invite you to dive in, to join in. Don't miss the fun. Don't miss the possibility. Don't self-select out from yourself. Things can get really exciting, really fulfilling, really satisfying. And I really, truly wondered if I should call this course, How Good Can You Stand It? So let's see, how good can you stand it? How much fun can you let yourself have while succeeding, while healing, while feeling better, while making great friends, while connecting to your people and bringing in your most beautiful potential and making it a reality? That's what this is about. So come join me. Let's play full out. Let's have a good time, and let's put you back in the driver's seat and really lead yourself to the life that is authentic, fulfilling, you came to live.